Okay, let's see if there's coffee. Hi, it is Saturday, June 27th, and hello, Connor from Canada. Coffee. So, I had a shift at your old store the other day, and guess who it was that I worked with? That's right, none other than the lovely Joanna Nana. I know that's not her name, but that's what I'm going to call her because it's way more fun to say. Funny thing, I didn't even know that she was the Joanna Nana until she'd already left. So, now I know who this mystery person is who you may or may not have helped move into her new apartment right before you left. So I wanted to tease you about that for no real reason. Also, this hair situation is because I went swimming yesterday at the pool that is in the place where I work, right after work, and then slept with wet hair, so it's just a lovely thing. It's almost like a lion if lions were early 20s girls who sat on the internet all day. So, nothing new has really happened yet this week. A friend of mine from Calgary is coming up to stay the weekend as he's taking a test for EMT EMR. But other than that, really nothing much has happened yet. So while you are now in France, I figured I would take this video and read you out some do's and don'ts for different countries. So some things of like, what should tourists not do in your country? I got this from a thread off the internet, so take it with a grain of salt. And I'm just going to be listing different countries because I'm not sure exactly where you're going to after France or when you're even leaving France. If you're planning on going back to Scandinavia, Norway, if you're hiking around the Svalbard archipelago, don't go unarmed because there are polar bears crawling up those places like it's Churchill. In Tijuana, don't have your windows rolled down if you are driving. You will be guilted into buying so many churros. And churros are delicious, so this isn't really a problem. South Africa. Wearing khakis and hiking boots screams tourist. It makes you a target for criminals, and the sweet camera you bought for the trip is going to find a new home, but that's only if you actually remember to bring the camera with you when you're traveling, which, as you know, you've forgotten it the last, 3 or 4 days when going out and about, so you might not have that problem. If you are leaving your car, to put all your valuables and lock them in the trunk, or they call it the boot. Don't stray off the beaten path while you're there. You will get robbed. Places are well traveled for a reason. Don't try and be too adventurous. Keep your windows rolled up and don't mess with taxi and bus drivers. Now, I know you're going to Australia, so this is a good one. Somebody says, don't show up and assume that because you know how to swim, you can swim in the ocean. Even if there are other people doing it. Even if you can swim, the ocean can and will still mess you up. Learn to spot a rip, read any signs in the area, and if there are lifeguards, listen to what they are saying and swim between the flags. Oceans are scary. Also for Australia, don't just drive out into the middle of it. There's a reason why people have only really populated the coastline. It's just like the drive across Saskatchewan, but with ruse and more heat and less wheat. It says, don't say mate unless you have had intensive lessons on correct usage. You will be forgiven because you have an accent, but bear in mind that mate has probably 7 or 8 connotations and they go all the way from friendly to very unfriendly. More for Australia, don't backpack in remote areas without informing the local authorities of your planned route. Because you might die. Please don't die. Somebody here says, I know we are known for our sheep in New Zealand, but I wouldn't recommend trying to start a relationship with one. I know at some point you're planning on going to Southeast Asia, and I'm not really sure where Singapore is, but I think it might be in that area. Google Maps shows me that it is. So, Singapore, don't buy your electronics there because you will get screwed, even if the prices seem really great. Just don't do it. And lastly, some things to remember to do and not do when you return home to Canada. Don't get out of your car to look at bears. Don't feed the bears. Don't stop in the middle of a highway lane to look for bears. Bears do not kill you before they start eating you. This applies to moose as well. And using all-season tires will get you killed. Some tips that I've heard in general about when going to France, don't worry about Paris so much because it is so touristy and is not really indicative of more of the country's culture as a whole, simply because it's such a big hub of activity, which, I mean, this is true for any large city in any kind of country. But if you travel to the smaller places, like Nice, I've heard it's quite nice. Yeah, if you go to the smaller towns and you find some little French bakery or a little chocolatier, oh, please take pictures. Please don't forget your camera. I didn't even realize until I was editing this video that I forgot to do a sign off. So, have fun in France, and au revoir!
So-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick.